Whee, that's good, first finds. So, as you might have guessed, our second week in Scotland is going to be in the Cairngorms. And we're staying in a rather nice place. We're staying in the bunkhouse at the Roundhouse near Newtonmore. Very quiet. Kim's basically staying there because she likes the Highland cattle, and she loves the architecture of that bunkhouse. Beautiful, isn't it? And the kids love it too, don't you?
Yeah.
Got little rooms and lofts to sleep in, and it's great. We drove from Argyll to Cairngorms and we stopped off at Oban on the way, which was very wet. Found a geocache there. That was the International Geocaching Day for 2017, so we had to find a geocache. We found a very wet one on the harbour. So we went for a wee walk yesterday up a nearby mountain. We weren't going to go up the mountain, but Kim got enthusiastic and dragged us all up there. And it was a really good climb, beautiful views. Jack really enjoyed himself, he just charged off to the top. Annabelle took a little bit of coaxing, didn't you?
I found a deer.
But she also really enjoyed it. But Annabelle didn't want to come out for a walk, but so far I've had 1 wow, 3 woes, and that's amazing from her. So it's a better walk than she thought. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's the summit.
I'm climbing up this hill, mountain, whatever you call it in Scottish.
Nice and quiet up here, or it will be until Annabelle gets here.
Not in that much need of sugar.
Thank you.
My throat's cold.
Is that good? It was.
Yeah.
There's the house down there. Down there, can you see it? I can barely see it. And when we got back down again, I found out that there are some geocaches up there. So rather than going up there again to get those geocaches, I thought instead of going up these really big mountains out here, That's the Cairngorm plateau up there. So those guys are like well over 1,000 metres, 1,200 metres and what have you. I thought we'd go up to a peak with views of the big peaks and other beautiful views that also has geocaches. For Annabelle's sake, we're going up to about 850 metres today. There's a nice big peak, massive views. There's 3, 4, 5 geocaches on the way. There's a geocache up at the top. There's another one with a terrain difficulty rating of 4 because it's on top of a mountain. Today we've got just amazing weather. I wasn't expecting this because half the time on Scottish mountains the weather is a smidgen less than amazing. There's a lock on the way up. That's got a geocache. As you saw, we already found a geocache at the visitor centre as soon as we parked up. So we're in prime geocaching territory here. But we're also in the Scottish mountains. Well, that was a tricky one, but we found that one in a rock amongst many other rocks, and we bumped into another geocacher, so having a fifth pair of eyes looking for it was very helpful. So I think we'll be following her as we go around this loop. She's doing the same loop, and the path has become a proper mountain path. It's very pretty, and this path smells great. The sun's out, it's quiet. In the mountains. This is more like a manicured path than a mountain path. But wow. I think the coordinates put it over there on the other bank. Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
So what?
45 metres, 36 metres, triangular boulder. Sorry spiders, doing a grand job catching all the midges. 26 metres, this is better. Nah, that's all solid. Right, steady down here then. Where's Jack gone? We've gone off piste, but we're getting used to that. So it can't have gone missing, it must be just really difficult to find. So there's a rock here. Let's see, but no. Yeah, honestly, yeah. He thinks I haven't seen him even though I'm poking him. That was a tricky one. It looks like it hadn't been found for ages. It got replaced. I'm not sure if the cache owner updated the location and updated the description because I think he placed it somewhere new. So I went back through the logs to the cache owner's description and stuff, all that malarkey. And I found the place that had been described. And behind the tree there was a rock, just the right shape, and a little nook, you know, the sort of thing that would only get placed there and not really accidentally fall there. Lifted it up, but there was no tube underneath it, so didn't find it. Had a good look. I guess it's missing. Oh well, on to the next one then, which I think is at the top of the mountain. Top of the mountain, Annabelle. Top of the mountain. There's the path. Top must be up there somewhere. Seems like a long way to go for a geocache. Turn left at the bothy and continue up the hill. I can see the lake, look. We were just down there. There's a big staircase ahead.
Oh yeah, stairs, yeah.
So Jack and I were doing a bit of mountain biking the other day, which didn't go terribly well. I was knocking about on a black route and fell off, which isn't terribly unusual. I twisted my ankle and thought that might be a bit of an issue. It turned out to be very sore, I couldn't walk it off. But what are we, 3 or 4 days later now, and I can charge through the mountains again, so got away with that one. Maybe I can try running again tomorrow. Yes! This view does not suck. Almost at the top.
There it is.
774 metres elevation. There's the top at 810. So the view's growing. The geocache is past the top, down the other side. You alright?
Do that. 360 cameras are so cool. I think, oh, the sea, I bet the sea's just over there, but no, it's mountains.
A bit flatter out that way.
There is a lot to see from up here.
Amazing, isn't it?
The geology of Scotland is interesting because this.
You ready, Annabelle? Should we go and get the cache? Nice one. Okay, so this cache is has been found recently, so it should be there, but it might have been used as a toilet, so we need to be a bit careful.
Yep.
Mountains, eh?
So many interesting.
Do you want to sign the log, Annabelle? And a jack squat.
So,
Okay, above just signed it.
21.
Don't think it is the 20. Well, that was a really easy find.
because we didn't find it.
Because we didn't find it, yeah. Because we came across another fella who was burrowing under this rock and he found it. So we took over from him, which is nice.
Yeah, twice in one day though, 2 people, 2 caches who are also caching.
Other people geocaching.
That's never happened before.
And there's a trackable in there, so that's it. That was the cache we wanted to find. So this is a cache with a 4-star terrain rating because it's almost at the top of a mountain in the Cairngorms. Nobody else seems to care except for me.
Wait, hang on, what did you say?
So that is a 4 out of 5 terrain rated geocache,
That
like
makes
the
sense,
waterfall
right?
one was. Because it's up the top of a mountain.
Awesome, I see.
Okay. The water. Oh well, you completely missed Sandra.
So it seems to completely miss these guys. The whole point of this walk was to get this geocache because it's a difficult geocache at the top of a mountain.
Oh really?
None of these guys seem to care anymore. They
Oh,
just
you
enjoyed the
didn't even
walk.
tell me that. You were like, oh, there's a cache over there.
Putting it back.
They just enjoyed the walk and the view so much that the caching is just it's a secondary thing.
Oh, caching's just.
It takes you places.
Yeah.
Geocaching takes you places.
Do geocaching. Geocaching is great.
Right, I think there's another one on the way down. So we're going down there and left.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Right on the floor.
Yay!
Okay, we're pretty much at the cache site, 20 metres over towards where Jack is.
That one by your feet looks suspicious.
No, it's too
It's a
wet.
bit wet there. Do you want to go down there? Hooray! That's a bit of a book.
Ooh.
What a nice place to put a cache.
I put lovely view.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so pleased. That's 4 caches found today out of the potential 5 we were looking for. And hopefully we might make it down in time for the cafe and coffee and cake because we've just got to get down there to the lake. There are a few more geocaches down by the lake, but I think coffee and cake is what we'll get first, and then we'll see how we go from there. We might even come back and cycle around the loch. We could get the geocaches then, couldn't we? Annabelle fancied a cycle around the loch. Man, the mountain biking looks pretty good around here because there's just paths and trails everywhere. But if that's our geocaching adventures for the day done, then see you next week. Wow, I'm not going to get bored of this. I want to come back when it's snowing. I want to come back in the winter. Do all this again. I bet geocaches are really hard to find when you've got to dig them out of the snow. Right, let's go.